From the most expensive Rust skin you can find to crazy items that will never return. These are 20 rarest pay-to-win skins in Rust. Some of them will give you a huge advantage in building, PvP or other aspects of the game, while others may put you at a disadvantage because of how they look. In this video, we'll cover all of them, so make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe to the channel and check out today's sponsor. Rustly is one of the fastest growing Rust websites with a lot of games to play, many deposit methods including skins, cards and crypto, and instant withdrawals with a store full of skins. You can climb 5 free cases by using code STELIC or clicking the link in the first comment. You can battle against real players or bots in games like Case Battles, Coin Flip and even Minefield and win cool skins. And if it's not enough for you, you can get a lot of bonuses and free cases every 24 hours. In fact, you can get 5 free cases right now if you click the link in the first comment or go to rustly.com and use code STELIC. Please remember, loot boxes sites can be addictive, so make sure you're over 18 and only spend money you can afford to lose. Good luck! For easy navigation, I'll show you a total of 3 groups. Skins for weapons that will give you an advantage in fights, skins for clothes, and skins for deployables and other items that you can buy in Rust. First, I will show you the most expensive and rare skin, and then I will show you the other skins which will have a lower price. So, with that said, let's begin with weapons. The most expensive, rare and desirable pay-to-win skin for the weapon is the Alien Relic SMG, which costs a whopping $1,700. You may ask, why does it cost so much? Well, here are a few advantages of the skin over the default SMG. First, it has a glow inside. Thanks to this, it's much easier to aim in the dark or inside the base. It provides a slight, yet real edge and visibility during nighttime PvP. Second, it has cleaner iron sight than the default SMG, which improves target tracking. And finally, its flashy look makes it popular among Rust YouTubers and streamers. Is it worth paying $1,700 for these benefits? Of course not. But it's a unique skin that will only become more expensive over time. You almost can't find this skin on the Steam marketplace, which is why it's more often sold privately. Next, we have a much cheaper, but still terribly expensive skin for MP5, which is called Tempered MP5. The price of the skin is around $700, and in my opinion, it's more of a pay-to-lose than a pay-to-win skin. It has only 2 advantages. The skin model provides a cleaner front sight, allowing for more precise aiming, and the contrast between the bright skin and the environment makes it easier for players to track its movement. However, any skin from the tempered skin set is said to make you more visible to the enemy in-game. That's why I wouldn't buy it for myself. And anyway, I don't have that much money. Here's the most expensive skin for a revolver, called No Mercy E-Class. This skin was available in the Rust store for $199, but now it can only be found on the Steam community market, because it has been removed from the Rust store. It costs about $600, and for that price, you get a unique black and white design without any real advantages. So this skin is just a beautiful and rare. That's it. Next, we have the Glory AK-47 skin. While technically cosmetic, it provides a functional edge in certain situations, especially in PvP. Its glowing sight enhances visibility when aiming, especially in low light conditions, which will give you a huge advantage over other players. Is this advantage worth the $350? I don't know. There are many skins much cheaper with the same glowing sight. The next skin is called Military Camo. Unlike skins with bright, glowing elements, this stealthy MP5 offers enemies less visibility at range. This skin blends well in natural environments, like forests, trees and bushes, making it harder for enemies to spot you. However, this skin is insanely rare, so it will cost you about $300. And here's the cheapest AK skin in this video, which is called Alien Red and costs over $150. It has the same glowing red scope at night, which can give you a significant advantage in low light areas. Again, I don't see the point in paying that kind of money for it, but if you like this skin, then go for it. The last skin I want to show you is the Polymer MP5, which costs around $60 on the Steam community market. Unlike some other skins, the Polymer MP5 doesn't come with a glowing sight. This skin doesn't offer any gameplay advantages, but it's still one of the most expensive MP5 skins, making it a desirable item for collectors. Now, let's move on to clothing. The first thing I want to show you is a mask that you will never be able to buy again. The Punishment mask isn't just rare, it's legendary. This skin has been removed due to copyright issues and was listed for sale for several hours before being removed. Since it didn't sell for long, only 300 copies were sold. This makes the item extremely rare, and it's one of the most expensive Rust skins in the game you can find right now, because its price is about 2000 USD. Does it have any real advantages over the default mask? No, but owning this skin is a huge flex. Next, I'm gonna show you another mask that costs about 1100 bucks and is called the Big Green Mask. This creepy smiling mask blends well with some outfits, making it harder to spot you in some environments. You can find an average of 1000 USD in price, but sometimes the price can climb up to 1200 USD. The next skin is called the Creepy Clown Bandana and costs between 800 and 900 USD. This skin was removed from the workshop, that's why it's ultra rare. However, it doesn't provide any advantage, so it's just a cosmetic. Next, we have a Fire Jacket skin, and it's definitely 100% pay to lose, which costs about 600 USD. Usually, players use jackets to blend in with the environment. For example, in the winter biome, it's better to use a white jacket, in the green biome, green jacket, and in the desert biome, yellow jacket. But these skins stands out in any biome, so it doesn't make any sense to me, especially for that price. The next skin is called Tempered Mask and costs about 250 bucks. If you use this mask, you will automatically become a target for headshots from any weapon, from any distance. Just look at the colors on the front of this mask. It has yellow, purple, pink, blue and red. With this set of colors, you'll stand out anywhere on the map. And this skin looks really cool, even though it's just a cosmetic. It's called the Glowing Skull and it costs about 150 USD. Do you remember the character from the Call of Duty Ghost? This mask is just like the one he wears, only it's green. However, this mask glows in the dark, which makes you more visible to other players and puts you at a huge disadvantage. And the last skin for clothes is called Plate Carrier and costs about 110 USD. If you combine this skin with a dark face mask, tactical gloves and camouflage pants, you can reduce your visibility during the night time. However, this skin is purely cosmetic, so you're still limited to the same protection as the default chest plates. And finally, I'm gonna show you some deployables that will give you an advantage in the game. Let's start with the doors. And the first and most expensive door is called the Metal Tree Door, and it costs over 2000 USD. This skin doesn't provide actual gameplay advantages. However, it is highly collectible due to its limited supply of only 40 plus copies. Next, we have a Horror Sleeping Bag that costs 800 bucks. This skin was produced in limited numbers for 2015 Halloween, and it doesn't offer any gameplay or mechanical advantages. But because of the limited supply, this skin is extremely expensive and rare. Another skin that was released for Halloween in 2015 is called Freshly Dug Grave and cost a little bit cheaper, namely 700 bucks. And this skin is real pay to win, because it provides top-tier camouflage that easily blends into dirt, sand and rocks. This makes it extremely difficult to spot, especially in the green biome. Next, we have the Neon Dragon Garage Door that costs about 600 USD. The main advantage of this skin is that it glows at night, so you won't get lost in your base. However, this glow can give away your position if used on the shooting floor. Another piece of lightning that costs 120 bucks is called Christmas Lights, and that's a real pay-to-win item. When placed, Christmas lights emit light without any electricity. This makes them insanely useful in the early stages of the game, and for players who don't want to spend much time on electricity. And for the last deployable, we have Incarceration Armor Door. It's a unique cosmetic item that offers both aesthetic appeal and a pay-to-win advantage. Unlike default doors, this skin allows players to see through the hatch, even when it's closed. This feature enables you to monitor areas outside your base without exposing yourself, providing a huge advantage in detecting other players. What other extremely rare pay-to-win skins or items do you know? Write about it in the comments below. Maybe I'm missing something. And if you want to know more about Rust, then in this guide, I'll break down 4 reasons why your aim is so bad, along with the exact steps on how to fix that. We're gonna cover all the essential things from settings and sitting position to aim components and environment usage to boost your aim and confidence to the next level.